my name is Dominic Guay, and I'm the senior producer on Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2, you're showing Bounty Hunter mode this time around. Can you explain just a little bit about it for us?
Yes, so it's a new mode we're bringing into Watch Dogs. It's a seamless mode, which means that it can fit directly in your single player experience without any menus while you're playing single player. So I'm going to tell it from the perspective of the target of the bounty hunt. When you're in the game world and you start doing crimes or aggressing civilians, the cops are going to try and take you down. And the more heat you have, the more means they have to take you down. And at some point, if you have too much heat, you're also going to get a bounty on your head, and other players are going to start invading your game to take you down while the cops are chasing you. And that's what we call the bounty hunting mode. From the perspective of the hackers, the hunters, they can actually see another player in their city being chased by cops. So it's a big police chase going through their city, and they can just join it and become a hunter to take down that target.
We played a bit of 2v2 and 3v1. Is it going to be the same in the full game?
Yes, so we support co-op in the game, and also the game mode supports co-op. So you can be playing co-op with another person, and then you become the target of a bounty. The other person then becomes your protector against the other players that are coming for you.
And invasions are back as well. Is there anything you've changed about invasions for Watch Dogs 2?
Yeah, we refined the formula of invasions. They were a lot of fun, but we tweaked some rules. But the biggest change comes from our new hacking mechanics. So now you have all the gadgets. You can use the drones to try and survey the environment to find the other player. And also there we support 2 players. So one of the most challenging hacks you can do is to try to invade 2 players playing co-op, hack them, hide from them while you're downloading their data, but there's 2 of them trying to find you, so that changes everything.
Watch Dogs was quite a big new IP when it came out, but it had a few detractors who weren't that keen on it. What kind of things did you find that you needed to address based on feedback for the sequel?
Yeah, we listened to player feedback, both the good and the bad, and for us it was super interesting. So one of the things we changed is driving. We made the driving, we kept depth to it. We wanted to have different styles of cars, but we worked with our friends at Reflections, and then we rebuilt the whole driving to be more accessible. Because in Watch Dogs you drive, but you want to hack at the same time, you want to shoot at the same time. So we wanted to give it more accessibility. So that's one big thing. We also wanted to have more depth in the hacking. So we opened it up. We have to hack anything and anyone now, and you have multiple ways in which you can hack them. So create a lot more options for hacking and make it more powerful. So those were 2 of the big focuses.
Watch Dogs as well was quite known for its augmented reality mini games. Are those making a comeback at all?
So what we wanted to do is focus the activities in the world to things that made sense in the San Francisco Bay. So instead of doing the augmented reality games, we went for things that you could do in San Francisco. So for example, you maybe want to do some bikes in off-road biking challenge, or you might want to do some sailing in the bay. So things that fit naturally in our setting for us was more interesting to push this time around.
And Aiden Pearce, obviously, he was the hero of the first one. Is he back at all in this one? Do we see him or deal with him at all?
So I won't answer directly this question, but what I will say is that the game is set in the same universe. So the actions of Aiden Pearce have had an impact on the world. The way he took down CTOS in Chicago had an impact, and so the game is set after that. And so we're going to see how that impacts Marcus in his adventure in Watch Dogs 2.
And like the hacking as well in the first one, you were doing a lot of like chaining together circuits and things. Is that the same in this one, or have you kind of tinkered with it a bit?
Yeah, we've evolved that. So what we have now is more environment linked to the environment. So instead of going in an abstraction of hacking where you do this challenge, this puzzle is actually physically in the world. So there's cases where you have to use your drone to be able to see the whole thing and be able to manipulate it. We can actually do 3D environment to put those challenges in. So it's cool to be able to connect it to the world this way.
Cool. We saw quite a few gadgets as well in the demo E3. So we saw the little thing with the wheels that can
the drone,
the drone and stuff. Are there any other things? Can you kind of upgrade those at all?
Yeah, so the 2 main drones that we're offering is a wheel drone and a flying drone. For us, they're game changers because they allow you to project your hacking through the environment without actually going into layouts. So you're actually able to do a mission just using your drones and trying to stay away and hacking. You can upgrade those drones also. So for example, you can have at some point your flying drones be able to deploy some projectiles in layout, which is very powerful in addition to, obviously, to it. Your wheel drone can actually jump, and you can extend his jumping abilities to reach new places and layouts. So it's important to think of those gadgets not only for mission use, but also for exploring the world. They're a great way of having a different perspective on the world and finding cool new things in the world.
Cool. In previous, a lot of Ubisoft games actually, and Watch Dogs included, you generally go around hacking towers and things to unfog the map. This game doesn't have that, so what have you done instead? Is everything just initially open to you from the beginning?
Yeah, so from the beginning you can access the whole world, and what we wanted to do is give more value to exploration. So we took a very natural approach, which is when you look at the map, you have the name of places. That's what you see. Instead of millions of icons, you have the name of places. And then you go to places, and then you explore those places, and you find your content. So we also give the player a tool called network hacking. When he puts this mode on, he sees around him information of interest. So he can directly, while exploring, see people who give him new quests, or things that if he hack into will start new quest line, or he can find basically his own content as he explores the worlds.
Cool. You've mentioned earlier as well increased depth and an improved driving model. Are there any other big things that you've brought to this one that you really want to, talk about, or
overall, you mean for the game?
Yeah, overall, like what are the kind of big things that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm really excited about how we put more analog control in hacking. So in Watch Dogs 1, you could, if you hacked something, it was on and off, or a direct one switch thing. Now you have multiple options, which open up a lot of depth in single player and in multiplayer. So for example, if you have a door, you can open it, you can use it to create a distraction, you can lock it, so make it so that it can't be opened by the AI or by another player. So now we have a rock, paper, scissors system with hacking, a lot more depth to it, and we're still finding new ways of, of using it at the office, which is a good sign, which is what we want players to be able to do.
Great. And you've got a few multiplayer modes as well this time around. Are they all going to slot seamlessly into the campaign, or are there some that are kind of...
So all of our multiplayer, the co-op, the hacking invasion, and the bounty hunting is all seamlessly integrating in the single player. So you don't have to go to a menu or jump through hoops. It's going to happen to you. You're going to meet other players, more friendly and adversaries, and you can join with them or fight them. But one important thing a lot of people ask us is, can you turn it off? So absolutely. Not only can you turn it off, but you can actually customize it. So you can say, I still want to meet friendly hackers to play co-op, but I don't want to have player invasion. I don't want to have bounty hunts. And you can basically customize your online experience to what you want from the game. So Watch Dogs 2 is out November 15th on PC, PS4, and Xbox One.